Alright, hello everybody. This is ReaperFire123 here to bring you my Let's Play of Skyrim. Now, before I start, Skyrim is awesome. It gives you so many options on what to do, how you want to pretty much pick your playstyle. If you like bows, you choose bows. If you like if you like swords, you like swords. It gives you those options and beyond, like magic and other stuff. Bethesda Game Studios have been amazing with their games so far. I've actually watched the Rad Brad play a bit of this. He's played the Wolfenstein games, which are also by Bethesda Game Studios, and they just do some all-around amazing work. They pretty much nailed it when they did Fallout 4. They actually started giving the characters voices, with your own choice of path to choose, basically. How you do that in their games like Fallout 4 and other. Well, Fallout 4 has it set up where it's more easier to select your choice of what you want to do. But they're pretty amazing, honestly. I've already beaten this game on my own time, but this time I'd like to bring you guys along for the ride. So this will be my first playthrough put on YouTube, basically. My full complete playthrough, because I enjoy this game. I love it to the point where I can just play it, and not give a crap. Let's go ahead and start this up. Skyrim updates. The Elder Scrolls series is turning 25. To celebrate, we're giving away our Nordic jewelry creation, and have a new bundle combining many of the classic artifacts and items that we've recreated for the Elder Scrolls 5, which is Skyrim. And I know there are a lot of Elder Scrolls fans out there, and they have a blast with this game. I actually know a couple buddies that actually have this game. They enjoy this game, they've beaten it, they've gotten a lot further than me because they played it for years. But that's because they had their own game system. This was actually for PS3. Then the PS4 came out and they decided, hey, let's do something special. We're going to do a special edition of Skyrim for the PS4, which they have done. All they done was pretty much, here, let me get the case and I'll read out some of the description for you. It's an epic fantasy reborn. Dragons long lost to the passages of the Elder Scrolls have returned to Tamriel, and the future of the Empire hangs in the balance. He's Dragonborn, the prophesied hero born with the power of the voice. You're the only one who can stand amongst them. It is the winner of over 200 games of the Year awards. I have the special edition right now, which I am playing for you guys right now. The special edition includes the critically acclaimed game with all new features like remastered art and effects, volumetric god rays, dynamic depth of field, and more. This includes the add-ons Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. Hearthfire is one where you can actually create your own house and adopt children and pretty much bring in a loved one. I've played a bit of the Dawnguard on the PS3 that I had, but that just totally crapped out. Pretty much, if I can get to the point where I am done with this playthrough, but the main storyline, I'll just continue on with the quests and other stuff. Dragonborn, I hope to actually get to that during the whole playthrough of this game. Let's see. Bethesda Game Studios, Bethesda, Havoc, Dolby Digital, Blu-ray disc, Autodesk Scaleform. You guys have done amazing so far. I'm really giving you some really good praise because before I got started in all of your Fallout 4 stuff, or Fallout games and all that, which I've only played Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4 for a little bit. You guys rocked it into post-apocalyptic stuff. I am very surprised of how far you guys have gone, and you're still going. You've actually made your stuff a little bit better. It's all around amazing, and I hope you guys can keep on putting out those games like crazy. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, just ignore the continue. And the load, because I'm starting a new one. Add-ons! Like I said, I have the Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn DLC because this is the special edition. Special edition always comes with these DLCs. Creation Club is where you can go to get your rewards and stuff for playing this game. Well, I wouldn't exactly call them rewards, but you know what I mean. Right now, I just have 100. I can't really do much. I got that because it was free. I can get arcane accessories. There was one other that I bought on this game. Can't remember what it was. Characters. Oh yeah, it was the Dwarven Armored Mud Crab. It's an unofficial quest where you can actually buy a mud crab that has dwarven armor. He's pretty cute, but I don't actually want to do that. I just bought it because I have him on my other thing. Gameplay, adventures, backpack. Can I read details? Craft 16 variations with assorted effects created by Rob Vogel. Fading signal creation can be purchased at the vendors and crafted via forge. Okay. Rare curios. What is that? Alchemists have always known that the rarest ingredients bring life to the most powerful potions. This is why Khajiit caravans have brought along rare important from the far reaches of Tamriel. From the ashlands of Morrowind to the twisted gardens and the shivering isles. With these ingredients in hand, you can craft new potions, arrows, and poisons, including the poisoned apple favored by assassins. You can also find rare stones crafted by the... I don't even want to pronounce that word. As things exotic and foreign make their way to Skyrim, creation added to Khajiit merchant vendors. Okay. Oh, they got a gallery. Oh, looks like they just prettied everything up, really. Not really worth my style. Or my time, basically. Weapons. Okay. Let me see here. Arcane accessories. From robes that grant spell casting bonuses to ancient tomes holding powerful spells like paralysis, rune, and unbounded frost. This pack will increase any mage's effectiveness. Creations are obtained through a quest and appear in containers in the world. Oh, so it looks like they just redecorated everything to look a little bit more prettier, I guess. World. Yep, those are the only two that I owned. Those are pretty good. Stylish too, believe it or not. Let's see. Beset with a jewel made of the highest quality Stalrim, these elegant handcrafted jewelry pieces combine traditional Nordic design with an elegant fit for a Jarl. Each gem is expertly chosen for its purity, color, and magical affinity. The ornate setting is made of the finest quicksilver that is granted to retain its finish. Choose from 3 craftable options, including the Nordic amulet, ring, or circlet, and travel the holds of Skyrim with style and grace. Creation obtained via quest. Okay, so in order to craft these, you have to actually buy one of these things. So let's see here. So pretty much it just gives you one thing. Let me no. I have a couple mods that I've tried out. They're ridiculous, but I won't actually activate any of them. I'll just show them. And I know what most of them do. But it's not really worth your time with the mods, but they kind of sound cool. Okay, these are the mods that I've downloaded. Haven't gone to that, but you can actually get a werewolf ring or a vampire amulet, basically. Which will do what? added special amulet and ring that can turn you into werewolf and vampire lord. So basically they'll just turn you into one of those creatures, depending on which one you get. The One Ring, have not obtained this yet. Invisibility is usually an expert level illusion spell. Yeah, the author, Imperial Agent 1992, is pretty amazing at this stuff. He's only put out the second version though, so there will still be some bugs and fixes here. The presets are a little bit better, but not by a long shot. You can actually get the skeleton key at the start with this mod. It was very useful, but like I said, I don't want to get any mods. Needs a little bit more work. The person who actually made this just pretty much took either I don't know which one they are, but it's one of them. I think it's Breton, I do believe. What they need to do is they need to actually make it a little bit more presentable, because it's pretty much like oh, Imperial Agent 1992 made this one. Okay, so he needs to work on this a little bit more, like include the ears and other stuff, just to make it look a little bit better. And as for the texturing and all that stuff, I would just make it look like some actual human skin instead of like fur, because it did not look that good, honestly. Like I said, the presets just help you out a little bit more. Have not gone to this one yet. Imperial Agent 1992 made the Aragorn's Arsenal plus Armory spell. I'm guessing he's a fan of Lord of the Rings. Summoning Army of the Undead is spammable, meaning you can summon them again and again without losing the one you just summoned. So they have different faces and combat styles to make it look closer like the actual dead army in Lord of the Rings. For those of you who don't know what Lord of the Rings is, I can pretty much sum it up to you. Basically, there are there are 20 rings in the intro. 3 were given to elves because of their wisdom and their long lifespan. 7 were given to dwarves. Well, actually dwarf lords. Because they were excellent at their craft and they are kings under the mountains and all that stuff. 9 were given to the race of man, meaning mortals who don't really have a long lifespan. And the last ring is actually called the One Ring, which is pretty much the picture of that thing. It looks like that, but instead of it being silver, it's actually gold. meaning that this ring is the evilest of all evils, pretty much. I don't know what happened to the elves or the dwarves, but I know for certain that the race of man was commanded by this ring. The 9 who were given the 9 rings were turned into what are known as ring wraiths, who border between life and death. They're kind of like on that plane, that mystical plane of, how do I put this? They're somewhat in purgatory and not in purgatory, I guess I can actually say. The ring has made quite a long journey. It befell man because they just wanted the ring for its power and for its might. It made its way to these creatures called halflings, which I've actually recently discovered that they are bordered between dwarf and elf. So they're pretty much a dwarvish elf. That ring ended up into their hands, and they set off onto a journey to destroy this ring. And this is one of the people who journeyed with these creatures and the other people. That's just pretty much the summary of Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. When it says the actual dead army of Lord of the Rings, they're talking about the 3rd movie or the 3rd book, depending on which one you like. Pretty much the undead are just evil. But they're not so much as evil because they were cursed upon by Aragorn's predecessors of the throne. He is the sole heir of Gondor, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, basically. And he has this sword, which is pretty much a broken heirloom. It was known as... The sword was known as Narsil. Basically, the human elf races have fought alongside with each other to stop the orcs. Not the orcs in this game, but these orcs were actually pretty ugly. They were even hideous than the ones in this game. Pretty much, Narsil was at that battle, but the Dark Lord actually crushed the sword into pieces with his boot. His steel boot. Now let me tell you something. Some swords do bend, some swords do break. It just depends on how to break it. From what I could gather, it was broken into like 7 pieces, and throughout the whole forging process, they show you how to go about on reattaching a blade pieces together just by forging it. You cannot forge it. You have to have what is known as a splint for swords. If you guys don't know what I mean, you can actually go check out this other YouTube group, also known as gosh, I forgot of it. I forgot the name of it. Man at Arms Reforged. They have actually shown how this sword was actually remade the right way instead of the movie way. There are 2 movie ways that you do not make a sword with, and that's just basically one of them. Anyway, after they were done reforging that sword, it went by a new name. The new name was Andril. Pretty much, it's a nice piece of work, whoever crafted that. It was amazing just to see that sword in action. From what I could gather, they've made it with a special fire enchantment with 65,000 enchantment value, keeping the damage to default. He likes to keep the rest of the items unenchanted so you can apply your own enchantments you like to put on. Basically, the sword is the only thing that's enchanted. It's pretty badass. Playable characters like the Cation race, they need their own style, honestly. Like the Cation race, the Nordic snow elf, they're pretty much just blue-skinned Nords. Draconian race is pretty much the fucking Argonian race. The Argonian race, which need to be a little bit more cooler. Like, they actually look like Argonians. I know for a fact that this is not an Argonian because of the way it looks. That artwork is what I want to see in this game. Draconian race with appearance of unique dragon aspects. Use the dragon aspect that is only available for NPC, which is non-playable character. Player dragon aspect looks a bit different. Active effects, 100 plus armor rating total. Ancient Dragonborn summoned if health is below 50%, 25 plus % fire and frost resistance. Dragon hybrid snout, shout recharge time reduced by 95%. Which is basically the cooldown. And if I applied this right now and just used that character, I wouldn't have to worry about letting my shout recharge. I could just spam my shout every time if I need to. And plus there are some necklaces out there in this game that can actually improve your shouting cooldown. he added a armory and weaponry plus a summonable draconian similar to Dragon Lord, but much weaker for balance purposes, which means no go on OP. OP means overpowered. I would not use this because it's honestly a piece of shit. Dennis 83 needs to look a bit more. Oh, you son of a... I need to go back into the mods because I was not done explaining everything to you guys. Yeah, I've played with mods. I didn't really have any trouble with them at all. Anyway. Needs a little bit more work. This one gives you a 10,000 carry weight to your player. Or, no, to your character. Which means you can carry a lot more stuff. The katana pack is pretty cool. You get the katana and the dai katana, which is pretty much a bigger version of the regular katana. There are 10 types: wooden, orcish steel, skyforged steel, silver, gold, glass, stalrim, ebony, and daedric. Each skill or condition is necessary for crafting. Silver and golden are treated as elven category. Silver dai katana and golden dai katana are not included in this mod. That's pretty much what he's pointing out. And this thing, oh my god. It's a beast. Okay. This was made by Dark Jesus MN. This is version 1. Okay, let's start by saying I usually don't make mods like this or use mods like this in my playthrough. Which means he's probably a playthrough person as well. I use this on my own time, honestly. So I won't be using it. It was a request by Ancient Karma. He was kind enough to make it for him. Yeah, shout out to the console users who can now mod. Pretty much I'm a console user. This mod sets an OP ring that makes does some godly things. Right inside Whiterun, as you first enter the doors, to your left is some wooden crates. On top of that crate is the ring. It's treated as a cheat item or a god item. He does not condone use in immersive playthroughs. Pretty much use if you want to cheat. I've tried this and it's just wow, insane. Pretty much you're boosted by 99,999 of each. Yeah. The ring is small. If you don't find it, it's possible the ring falls through the crate into the void. What he means by fall into the void is it could easily slip through the map, basically. He says if that happens, uninstall the mod and reinstall. Then reload a save that never had my mod in it and check if it's there. I will not be updating this mod ever, which means that this mod works probably 100% of the time, and it's insane. Let me tell you how insane it is, okay? So, when I tried these mods out, this was one of the mods. And it's a beast. Pretty much, if you have the right kind of skill, you're going to be doing some serious damage. You're going to be doing some serious crafting. You're going to be doing some serious carrying, I guess. Pretty much this makes you into Kratos, basically. One hit, one kill, most of the time. But that's only if you get the ring where it's at. It's pretty cool, honestly, but it's... He says, use if you want to cheat. I only got curious about it, because it's just insane. Better loot, meaning that you can pretty much get treasure like this 100% of the time. Stones of Baron Zaya. I will also be doing that quest, but for the sake of this quest, I will be collecting 100,000 gold during this playthrough. Faster leveling used with that ring of God mode. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I've had this in the Ring of God mode for like 3 days now, and I didn't even notice that I had the mods on still. It boosted me to level 82. Even higher if not. And oh my gosh. Okay. I have not come across Ordinator, nor I ever want to. Boosts most skill leveling rate by 2.5. Lockpicking boosted by 5.5. Speechcraft boosted by 15.1. That means selling, buying, persuasion, bribe, intimidate, all that stuff is shot through the roof. He got tired of leveling really slow. So, he says this mod will most likely conflict with other mods that change the leveling speed to skills. If you have a mod that changes the leveling speed of a certain skill or skills, that mod either needs to be loaded after this mod or be completely disabled. This is version 3, so it's probably been updated. And just with Speechcraft, I've shot through the roof. It's insane. Bones and scales are now weightless if you use this mod. That's pretty useful, but I don't want to use that. Yeah, that's pretty much all the mods that I have. Like I said, I will start a new profile, and we will work with that profile. Also, I will be doing playthroughs vanilla, so that means no editing whatsoever. What you see is what you get, basically. I know others want to make it look a little bit more professional, but I don't want to do that.